And good afternoon once again. Jared Fowler coming to you from the great state of Texas for another edition of IHL Hockey, Central Texas Stampede. And hope you enjoyed the game last night here on SGTV. And the Stampede came up a little bit short to the New Mexico Scorpions of the Pacific Division, falling 4-3 on a last-minute goal by the Scorpions here at home. So tough loss for the Stampede as they are now 2-3 on the season. And they will come in for a rematch from Tuesday night's game as they will host the Cincinnati Stingers, a team that slaughtered the Stampede 7-3 in Cincinnati last Tuesday. But it's Saturday night here in Texas, as the Central Texas Stampede will try to get a little bit of revenge as they will host the Stingers here in Bell County Expo Center. Jared Fowler bringing you live coverage of Stampede hockey here on SGTV all season long. And also, later on we'll bring you the IHL Game of the Week as the Colorado Crushers will host the Utah Battle Wings. That's coming up later today here on SGTV in the IHL Game of the Week. And again, technically I know it is Tuesday here in Texas, but I'm going by the calendar here on NHL 20. It is technically Saturday on NHL 20. And this will be Saturday night's game as the Stampede will host the Cincinnati Stingers. And I hope you all enjoyed the game last night. It was a good game between the Stampede and the New Mexico Scorpions, but the Scorpions came out on top in a last-minute goal, 4-3. Tough loss for the Stampede, who now fall to 2-3 on the young IHL season. And tonight, they will take on the Cincinnati Stingers. Hopefully the Stampede can get a little bit of revenge from that humiliating loss they suffered at the hands of the Stingers in Cincinnati. So, Stampede hockey is coming up next here on SGTV. And live from the Bell County Expo Center in Belton, Texas, this is Jared Fowler bringing you live coverage of Central Texas Stampede hockey here on SGTV. After a heartbreaking loss to the New Mexico Scorpions, the Stampede coming into the Expo Center tonight hosting the Cincinnati Stingers, a team that slaughtered them 7-3 in Cincinnati back on Tuesday night. Brian James will go for the Stampede against Andrew Hammond for the Cincinnati Stingers. Brian James was chased from the game in the second period of that 7-3 loss. He was chased for Landon Bowe. Casey Middlestad against Rhett Gardner at center. Face off, and we're underway. Stampede win the draw. Dylan Heatherton sends it up to Michael Mertz. Stampede in the alternate gold jerseys here tonight, going from left to right. And the Stingers in their road black unis, going right to left. Gilmore with the puck now for the Stingers. Puts it up to Caleb Smith. Smith sends it back to Nielsen. Smith with the puck now, slap shot, and a glove save by Brian James, and we're underway here in Belton tonight. After the game tonight, the Stampede will hit the road once again for next week, all of next week, starting Monday night as they take on the Tupelo T-Rex. No TV for that game. We'll give you a report following the next telecast. Nelson with the puck from the corner of the slap shot, and a save by James. Pushes it up to Michael Mersch, intercepted by Middlestat. And here's Smith with the puck, sends it back to the point, centering pass to Wilson, poke checked away. Middlestat with a shot and a save by Brian James. Battle for the puck, back behind the net, picked up by Casey Middlestat. Middlestat retains possession, sends it back out to the point to Nelson, up to Middlestat, up in the corner. Back to the point to Nelson. Moves it up along the wing, sends it up to Wilson. Wilson back behind the net, centering pass off the post. And the Stampede will take over. And it's intercepted at center, picked up by the Stingers. Middlestat with the puck now, poke checked away by Rhett Gardner. Picked up by Dylan Hetherington, sends it up to Rhett Gardner in the center, up to Riley Tufte. Tufte up along the right wing and knocked into the puck, but he's able to retain possession, centering pass, sends it back out to the point to L'Esperance, back to Hanley, up to Bayreuther, back down to Hanley. Hanley with a slap shot and a save. Rebound by Tufte and kick save by Andrew Hammond. Stingers now with the puck. Up along the wing. Down to Gilmore. Gilmore with the wrist shot. Save. Rebound. Shot. They score. So Gilmore gets his own rebound and puts it in the back of the net. John Gilmore, his first of the season at 5:51. And the Stingers lead 1-0. And that rebound came right back out at the initial save to Gilmore, and he puts it in the back of the net. And Cincinnati leads 1-0 here early in the first period. Few Cincinnati fans made the trip down to Belton here tonight. Day in the face-off circle, facing off against John Melnick. 1-0 Cincinnati. Gilmore, his first of the season. Asplund and Hammond with the assist. Stampede win the draw. Hanley with the puck. Sends it up to Josh Melnick. Back to Joel Hanley. Starts up in the Cincinnati zone. Centering pass intercepted by Asplund. Sends it back to Comiskey. Comiskey with the puck for the Stingers. Offside as the call will have a face-off back in neutral ice. Face-off in front of the Stampede bench. Cousins against Melnick in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Stampede. Here's Reese Scarlett up to Tony Calderon. Calderon up in the Cincinnati zone. Back to Reese Scarlett. Here's Gleason with the puck. Sends it back to Scarlett. Puck is knocked away by Olgive. And the Stingers will take over. Olgive with the puck. Puck checked away. Sends it back behind the net. It's picked up by Murray. Battle for the puck back behind the net, picked up by Jason Robertson. Here come the Stampede on the attack, pinned up against the boards, and poke checked away by the Stingers. Back to Comiskey, back at center. Puck is loose in the Cincinnati zone. It's picked up by Hickey. Hickey sends the puck down to Cousins. Intercepted by the Stampede. Here's Ben Gleason at center. Gleason tries to push it into the zone, intercepted by Olgive. Murray with the puck, into the Stampede zone. Murray maneuvering for a shot, centering pass to Comiskey, and a glove save by Brian James, and he'll freeze the puck with 10:19 remaining in the first period. Jason Robertson, the Stampede leader in points. 3 goals, 3 assists, good for 6 points here on the young season. Scarfo in the face-off circle against Mitch Moros. Face-off won by the Stingers. Breen with the puck at the point, sends it back to Racine, back to Breen, up to Racine, slap shot, and they score! And Racine gives the Cincinnati Stingers a 2-0 lead. Not a good start for the Stampede. And once again, the Stingers are taking it to the Stampede, picking up where they left off as Jonathan Racine gets his first goal of the season at 10:04 of the first period. And there he flips the puck. And that's going to be Jonathan Racine. Proudest moment of his young career. We'll take another look at this one. And initially a blocker save by James, but it bounced back into the back of the net. And if you're Coach Mark Clancy, do you call a timeout to try to settle his team down? As so far it's been all Cincinnati here in the first period. Mitch Moros against Scarfo. Face off back at center. 2-0 Cincinnati. Racine is first of the season. Breen and Scarfo on the assist. Stampede win the draw. Moving up along the wing, sends it back to the point. Down to Hanley. Hanley up to Bayreuther. Hanley with the puck, intercepted by Fitzgerald, and here come the Stingers. Stampede really struggling out of the gate here in this one. Poke checked away by Joel Hanley. Hanley with the puck, moves it up along the wing. Centering pass to Joel Hanley. Hanley with the puck, trying to maneuver for a shot, sends it up to Saccone. Hanley up to L'Esperance, poke checked away, and puck is loose back at center, picked up by Hanley. Bayreuther with the puck down to Joel L'Esperance. L'Esperance knocked off the puck, and the Stingers will take over. Here comes Hickey with the puck along the wing, and poke checked away. Moros with the puck now for the Stampede. And Moros will dump it into the zone. The Stampede will get a line change. Green picks it up back behind the net. It's covered by Hammond and picked up by Asplund. Stingers with the puck at center. Passes it up to Scarfo. Cross-ice pass up to Scarfo. Brings it up along the wing. Scarfo maneuvering for a shot and a save by Brian James. Picked up by Ben Gleason. Gleason sends it up to Riley Tufte. Moves it up along the wing. Tufte centering pass to Reese Scarlett. Sends it back to Ben Gleason and Tufte from the point. Slap shot and a save by Hammond, and he'll hold on to it with 5:07 remaining in the first period. Seems like more of the same here from Tuesday night. As the Stingers came out firing on all cylinders, they lead 2-0. Day and Gardner in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Stingers. Nielsen dishes it up to Remy Ellie. Ellie centering pass, poke checked away by Ben Gleason. Michael Mersch into the zone now. Mersch looking for a centering pass, intercepted by Day. Day with the puck. Moves it up in the Stampede zone along the wing, sends it back to the point to Nelson. Nelson up back behind the net. Looking for a centering pass, and it is saved by Brian James. Rebound by Day. They score! And what is going on here with the Stampede? They have given up 3 goals in the first period. This Cincinnati team was really quick getting down the ice, and great positioning by the Stingers. Where was the defense for the Stampede on that one? They now trail 3-0. Cousins and Rhett Gardner in the face-off circle, 3:34 remaining. Dave is 3rd of the season. Nelson with the assist. Stampede win the draw. Julius Honka sends it up along the wing. And intercepted by the Stampede. Here's Michael Mersch, sends it back to the point. Mersch trying to move it for a shot, centering pass to Nick Camano. Nowhere to go for Camano, sends it up back behind the net. It's picked up by Rhett Gardner. Gardner sends it back out to Michael Mersch. Back to Rhett Gardner. Intercepted by Cousins. Too many turnovers by the Stampede here in the first period. Cousins now with the puck. Cousins sends it back to center, back to Murray, and intercepted by Nick Camano as we approach 1 minute remaining in the first period of play. Nick Camano with the puck. Looking for a shot. Sends it up to Julius Honka. One-timer and a save by Hammond, and he'll cover with 1:01 remaining. Jonathan Racine scored his first career goal of his young career here tonight. Very proud moment for the Racine family. Ula Pav against Casey Middlestat in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Stampede. Here's Dylan Hetherington. 1 minute remaining in the period. Centering pass to Lesperance. Shot goes wide of the net. Picked up by Gilmore. Gilmore intercepted by Pav. Pav centering pass to Riley Tufte. Shot is blocked by Nelson. Intercepted by Lesperance. Lesperance maneuvering for a shot. Centering pass to Pav. Back to Lesperance. Centering pass to Riley Tufte. Lesperance still with it up in the corner. 2 seconds remaining. And intercepted by Green of the Stingers. And the horn sounds. And the first period is over. Well, very good first period, but only by one team, and that was the visiting Cincinnati Stingers. And once again, I think it's back to the drawing board for Coach Mark Clancy and the Stampede. As the Cincinnati Stingers come up firing on all cylinders, just more of a replay back from Tuesday night in Cincinnati. Our score after 1, the Cincinnati Stingers 3, and the Central Texas Stampede nothing. You're listening to Stampede Hockey here on SGTV. And welcome back to the Bell County Expo Center. Cincinnati Stingers lead the Central Texas Stampede 3-0 here in the first intermission. All Cincinnati in this one so far. Let's take a look at the first period statistics. Total shots on goal, 11 for the Stingers, only 4 for the Stampede. 3 hits for the Stingers, 1 for the Stampede. Time on the attack, 3:06 for the Stingers, 2:48 for the Stampede. Face-offs 1, 6 for the Stampede, 3 for the Stingers, and no penalties so far in this game. Well, let's see if Mark Clancy can get his team going here in the second period. They trail 3-0. Let's send it back out to center ice for the second period opening faceoff. Really good capacity crowd here in Central Texas. Not much to cheer about. Red Gardner against Casey Middlestat at center ice. Ready to start the second period. Face-off won by the Stampede. Here's Dylan Hetherington with the puck. Sends it up to Honka. Honka moving up on the attack, up along the right wing. Honka centering pass back to the point, intercepted by Wilson up to Smith. Smith sends it back to Nelson, up to Middlestat. Here's Smith for the Stingers. Into the Stampede zone. Here's Smith maneuvering for a shot. Can't get a shot off. Smith still with it, up in the corner. Sent it down to Casey Middlestat. And puck is moved along the boards. It's picked up by Wilson and picked up by Dylan Hetherington. And here comes Nick Camano for the Stampede. Nick Camano down to Michael Mersch. One-timer shot is blocked by Smith. And puck is intercepted at center by Dylan Hetherington. And poke checked away by Day. And a penalty coming up on the Stampede as Hammond leaves the net. This shot saved by Brian James, and there's the whistle. And again, not a good start for the Stampede here in the second period, as this time it's Dylan Hetherington will go to the box for hooking. And there you see the hook by Dylan Hetherington. 2 minutes for hooking at 2:50 of the second period. Cincinnati goes on the power play. Cousins in center for the Stingers. Melnick for the Stampede. Stampede wins the draw. Trying to clear the puck. It's picked up and cleared out of the zone. Picked up by Kaminsky for the Stingers. Starts up on the attack. Up to Cousins. Cousins dishes it down to Day. Day centering pass to Asplund. And intercepted by the Stampede and cleared out of the zone again. Puck is picked up by Kaminsky. Sends it up to Day. Poke checked away by Saccone and cleared out of the zone again. Bryson with the puck now. Bryson moves it up along the boards to Day. Into the Stampede zone. Day with the puck along the wing. Sends it back to the point. Kaminsky from a slap shot and got deflected wide. Battle for the puck back along the corner. Centering pass. Kick save by Brian James. And knocked out of the zone by Saccone. Approaching 1 minute remaining in the hooking minor to Dylan Hetherington. Puck is moved along back behind the Stampede net, up to Bayreuther. Bayreuther picked up by Moros and tries to clear the puck, picked up by Asplund. And here comes Gavin Bayreuther. Sends it back to Mitch Moros and might have had a shot at a breakaway if he held onto the puck, but here's the Stampede on a shorthanded chance. And a glove save by Hammond and a shot from Mitch Moros. And he'll hold on with 47 seconds remaining on the power play. Middlestat against Gardner in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Stingers. It's picked up by Rhett Gardner for the Stampede. And he's pinned up against the boards, and the Stingers will take over. Here's Remy Ellie starting up on the attack. 2-on-1 for the Stingers, back the other way. Sends it up to Wilson. Wilson with a slap shot and blocked by Saccone and clears it out of the zone. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Smith sends it all the way up to center, up to Day. Sends it back to Middlestat, back to Wilson. Wilson maneuvering for a shot, poke checked away by Calderon. Back to Josh Melnick and clears it out of the zone. Puck is picked up behind the net by Smith. And Hammond somehow gets hold of the puck and covers the puck with 11 seconds remaining on the power play. 15:21 remaining in the second period. Got an injury for Cincinnati on the play. That last play, that shot hit him from his own teammate. Looks like he's going to stay in this game as he's being attended to on the bench. Rhett Gardner against Casey Middlestat. Quiet crowd here today. Smith wins the draw for the Stingers. Sends it up to Wilson. Wilson into the Stampede zone. Wilson sends it back to the point to Smith. One-timer shot is blocked. Picked up by Wilson. Remy Ellie with the puck at center. Shot, they score! And the Stingers continue their dominance. So the Stampede in danger of dropping their third straight decision of the season. And it's not looking good so far as the Stingers take a 4-0 lead on a goal by Wilson. And that's it for Brian James. His night is done. Landon Bowe now in goal for the Stampede. Second time this week that Brian James was pulled out of the game. Also in the second period from Tuesday night's game in Cincinnati. So Landon Bowe now in goal for the Stampede. 4-0 Cincinnati. Wilson his second of the season. Ellie and Middlestat on the assist. Stingers win the draw. Nelson with the puck. Scott Wilson with the puck up. Intercepted by Bayreuther, but Stingers able to get it back. Sends it down. Back to the point to Nelson. Wilson down to Cousins. Centering pass. Intercepted by Cousins. Here's a centering pass to Murray down to Cousins. Stingers with all kinds of pressure here. Slap shot from the point. They score. And the Stampede's woes continue. And this has not been the Stampede's night. Really hasn't been their week. Andrew Oglivi, his first career goal at 6:40 of the second period. And the Stingers lead at 5-0. I think the question is, can it get any worse? Total domination by the Cincinnati Stingers here tonight. Shot from the point, looks like that got deflected in. And that's exactly what happened. Ogilvy, his first goal of his young career. Scarfo and Pav with the face-off at center, 13:20 remaining in the second. 5-0 Cincinnati. Ogilvy, his first of the season. Hickey with the assist. Stampede win the draw. Dylan Hetherington with the puck now. Hetherington with a shot. And Bryson poke checked away. And another penalty coming up against the Stampede. Stampede continue to shoot themselves in the foot here. Hickey with the puck. Sent out to Remy Ellie. Ellie sends it up along the board. Centering pass, and there's the touch up, and there's the whistle. Another hooking call coming up against the Stampede as the Stingers will go on the power play, and this time it's Dylan Hetherington. Hetherington goes to the box once again for tripping. 8:08 remaining. 8:08 for hooking. Middlestad against Melnick in the face-off circle. 11:52 remaining in the second. Face-off won by the Stingers. Wilson sends it back. Slap shot breaks his stick on the play, and Josh Melnick will start up on the attack. Short-handed opportunity for the Stampede. Melnick just skating around with the puck. Melnick looking for a centering pass. He's still with it. Back behind the net. Centering pass. Sends it back to the point to Saccone. Up to Gleason. Back to Saccone, and poke checked away. Puck is loose at center. Middlestat wins the race to the puck. And a kick save by Landon Bowe. And cleared out of the zone. Comiskey with the puck now. Sends it up. And poke checked away. And a shot and a save by Andrew Hammond. Two Stingers with their first career goals, and that was Racine and Ogilvy. Cousins against Gardner. In the face-off circle. Stingers win the draw. Asplund starts up on the attack for the Stingers. Sends it back to Day. Day up to Nelson. Sends it back down to Day, up to Cousins. Cousins with a wrist shot. Rebound by Bayreuther and cleared out of the zone. Smith with the puck now. Sends it up to Day. And intercepted by Joel Hanley. And knocks it into the zone. Stampede will get a line change. Smith with the puck back behind the net. Sends it up to Nelson. And Scott Wilson with the puck. Blocker save. Rebound. Score. And Cousins makes it 6-0 Stingers. At this time, I'm kind of speechless here, folks. It has been all Cincinnati, a big mismatch here. We're hoping the Stampede will try to get some sort of revenge, but looks like the Stingers picked up right where they left off. Cousins with the goal for the Stingers, and a backhanded shot on the rebound and just out of Landon Bowe's reach. It looks like the fans are actually starting to head for the exits here, and who can blame them? 10:33 remaining in the second period. 6-0 Stingers. Power play goal by Cousins. Nelson and Smith on the assist. Face-off won by the Stingers. Centering pass, shot, and a save by Bowe. Pav sends it back down. And here comes the Stampede. 2-on-1 on the back the other way, and a save by Hammond. Not much offense at all for the Stampede. It has been all Stingers here tonight. Ula Pav against Ryan Scarfo. And the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Stampede. Sends it back to the point. Hetherington. Centering pass to Lesperance. Intercepted by Bryson. And another penalty coming up, and looks like we got a fight here in front of the Stampede bench. Got a few tie-ups here. Can't really tell who that is. It looks like Hetherington, and maybe, well, that might be Gavin Bayreuther. And they're still going at it in front of the Stampede bench at center. Looks like the player for the Stingers is getting the upper hand here, and pretty much the whole Stingers team at the upper hand as they lead 6-0. And that should just about tell the way this game is going for the Stampede here tonight. And that one looks like they're going to call Dylan Hetherington for boarding. And Breen sticking up for his teammate. And Breen knocks out Hetherington. Dylan Hetherington, 5 minutes for fighting at 11-17. Chris Breen, also 5 minutes for fighting for the Stingers. Look like will we get a penalty on this one? And yes, Stingers are going back on the power play. 2 minutes for boarding against Dylan Hetherington. Stingers win the draw. One-timer. Day with the puck now. Centering pass, they score. Dylan Cousins, his second goal tonight, 11-24 on the power play. You can pretty much write this one off, folks. This is just getting ridiculous. Robinson serving the penalty. He will come out of the box. And who can blame the fans here? Fans are leaving in droves now. That one looked like it went off the pad of Landon Bowe and in the back of the net. Ulepav against Day in the face-off circle. Stingers lead 7-0. Cousins is third of the season, second of the game. Stampede win the draw. Honka intercepted by Asplin. Day with the puck now. Day sends it up to Gilmore. Up to Asplin. Asplin up to Ellie. Up to Gilmore. Riley Tuffy tangled up with Gilmore along the boards. Picked up by Ulepav. Pav up with the puck, standing up on the Stampede. Stampede really just playing for pride here. They don't want to get shut out in their home building, but they're pretty much getting humiliated. Pav sends it back down to the point. Moving in. Shot is blocked by Remy Ellie, and here come the Stingers. Long second period for the Stampede here. They've given up 5 goals here in the second period. Centering pass intercepted by Riley Tufty, and here comes Nick Camato. Nick Camato centering pass to Riley Tufty. Tufty with the shot and a save by Hammond, and he'll cover. Dylan Cousins, one away from a hat trick. He's never scored a hat trick in his professional career. Gardner against Middlestat in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Stingers. That was loosened behind the net, picked up, and another penalty coming up on the Stampede. And can it get any worse than this? Hammond out of the net, 6th attacker for the Stingers. Glove save by Bowe on the wrist shot, and another penalty coming up. Another hooking penalty. And this time it's going to be Rhett Gardner. 2 minutes for hooking at 15:43. He'll join his teammate Hetherington in the penalty box, still serving as fighting major. Stingers on the power play once again. Ciccone tries to clear it out of the zone. It's blocked. Backed up behind the net by Wilson. Intercepted by Mitch Moros. Brings it up. Up to Middlestat, up to Reese Scarlett. Scarlett starts up on a short-handed attack for the Stampede. Centering pass intercepted by Comiskey. Casey Middlestat with the puck, moving up into the zone. Passes up to Wilson. Wilson up to Bryson. Bryson with a shot just wide of the net. And here comes the Stampede in a short-handed opportunity. Sends it back to the point. Up to Ciccone. Back up to Lee Scarlett. Scarlett knocked off the puck. And here's Remy Ellie with the puck. Up to Scott Wilson. Wilson moves it up along the boards. Runs up to Remy Ellie. Ellie with a slap shot. Blocked by his own teammate Scott Wilson. Wilson stick handling. He's back to the point to Nelson. Up to Smith. Back up to Nelson. Up to Middlestat. Centering pass goes wide of the net. Trying to clear it out of the zone, but it's picked up by the Stingers. Here's Middlestat. One-timer save by, and a penalty coming up on the Cincinnati Stingers, first of the game. And this one's going to go against Casey Middlestat as he gets called for tripping. 16-44. And we're going to have a 4-on-4 here. Face off back in the Cincinnati zone for 1 minute. 3:16 remaining in the second. Well, Stingers win the draw. Here's Smith with the puck. Moves it up in the Stampede zone. Smith still with it back behind the net. Stick handling in the Stampede zone. Sends it back to the point to Nelson. Up to Gilmore. Gilmore with a shot blocked by Ben Gleason. And here come the Stampede on the attack. Here's Josh Melnick. Melnick sends it up to Julius Honka. Honka with a shot. They score! And Honka finally puts the Stampede on the board with an even straight goal. First goal of the season for Julius Honka at 17-10. But the Stampede still have an uphill battle to climb. They trail 7-1. So we'll still be up 4-on-4 for 34 seconds. Calderon against Scarfo at center. Stingers win the draw. Intercepted by the Stampede. Intercepted by Smith. Calderon back at center. Calderon sending pass to Joel Esperance. Esperance maneuvers for a shot and is saved by Hammond. And this is going to be the longest second period ever in my book. I mean, it's... Take a look at the hit on by Julius Honka. Day against Melnick in the face-off circle. 20 seconds remaining. 4-on-4 before the Stampede will see their first power play of the game. Stampede win the draw. Michael Mersch back to Gleason. And Honka can't keep it in the zone. And we'll face off at center after the offside. Face off won by the Stingers. Stingers sends it up to Hickey. TJ Hickey with the puck now. Hickey stick handling in the Stampede zone. Sends it back to Brain up to Smith. Smith with a shot saved by Landon Bowe. And the Stampede are now on the power play for 1 minute, and it's intercepted by Murray with a shorthanded chance, but picked up by Tony Calderon, who sends it up to Nick Camano. And offsides is the call. Absolutely sloppy play by the Stampede here tonight. They had a sellout crowd, and much of those people have pretty much gone home. They've called it a night. Pav against Cousins in front of the Stampede bench. Stingers win the draw. Nelson sends it along the boards. Picked up by Ben Gleason. It's picked up by Cousins. Cousins centering pass to Wilson. Wilson back to Breen. Puck is loose at the corner. Picked up by Gleason. Finally picked up by Nick Canano, and the Stampede are on the attack. We're still on the power play for 30 seconds. And poke checked away. Centering pass to Michael Mersch. Back to Robertson. And Kozak intercepts the pass and clears it out of the zone with 20 seconds to go. Robertson with the puck now, up to Michael Mersch. Mersch up to Wula Pav. Pav centering pass, one-timer saved by Hammett. Gardner and Scarfo. And the Cincinnati zone. Cincinnati wins the draw. Nelson tries to clear it out of the zone, intercepted by Bayreuther. Bayreuther up to Honka, down to Joel Esperance. Esperance down to Bayreuther. Centering pass complete to Honka. One-timer and up and over the net. Penalty has expired. They're back to full strength with 1:15 remaining in the second period. Nothing but penalties here in the second period. And it's been all Cincinnati. Comiskey wins the draw. Hickey sends it up to Hickey. 1 minute remaining in the period. Scarfo sends it back to Hickey. Hickey up to Scarfo. Scarfo sends it back to the point to Hickey. Up to Fitzgerald. And L'Esperance with the puck now. Last 10 seconds remaining in the period. Sends it back to the point. Back up to Dylan Hetherington. Hetherington with a shot is blocked. And finally the horn sounds and the second period is over. Wow. And this has just been a total disaster for the Stampede. Take a look at the second period highlights. Nothing really to cheer about if you're a Stampede fan. Well, at the end of 2, our score, Cincinnati Stingers 1, Cincinnati Stingers 7, Central Texas Stampede 1. You're watching Stampede Hockey on SGTV.